Hi guys, so I recently picked up these two shadow box die sets. This is the 6x4 size and then the other one's slimline. I have it off to the side here. I'll work on that later. Through HSN, they are Crafters Companions new dimensional shadow box die sets. So it looks like it's going to be a big die. If it's still available, I'll have it linked in the description box, and that would be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase the items through those links. So let's open this guy up. Oh my gosh, everything is all over the place from reveals and stuff. Let me get this glue off of here. Really excited to try it out. It does not have any like flower dies in here, so what you see there, it's just showing you like an example of how you might want to dress it up. So let's see what kinds of dies it does have. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding. I'm gonna take a moment to do this very slowly to try not to damage this, but I'll be right back. So, oh, very tonic-ish, right? The way it's packaged and then all that. Yeah, so just, it's really easy because the shadow box is all one piece, which is nice, instead of like having the different pieces that you add on to the sides, which I have other ones, other frame dies. Oh my gosh, the light's going to be horrible. That you make the frame and you add it to like a background paper. So we will try this out. It does say fold and burnish all the score lines created, and of course you guys know I never really burnish anything, but since this is out already, even though there's stickiness to it, I will use that. And basically you're just gonna fold it in, right? After you fold everything just in to make the little sides, and then of course decorate it however you like. So let's look at the die set. So this is the main die. Oh, there are 3 sheets in here. I thought there were 2. Okay. Well, I guess some of this could have been popped in here, but this is the main die. This is a big die. Thank goodness I have the tangerine, because I don't know from the width I would even be able to get it in another machine. Maybe the Empress. Oh, I guess the Gemini. Duh. I always forget about that machine. Like I said, I think I'm gonna sell it. But anyway, yeah, just over 7.5 inches, like the metal to metal inch. I'm not measuring what it's gonna cut. I'm measuring the die itself to 9 and like 5/8. So it's a big die. So the slimline one, I wonder, it's probably about the same width, maybe a little thinner, but obviously longer. And then we have these guys. So outer die, this one cuts its whole mat. It's not just an inlay die, so it does have an edge cut there. And then these pretty little corners. Do they have them in the example? I don't think they use them in the example. They use them in this example, but you have those pretty little corners that are supposed to go on the outside of the thing. They're sized, I think, to go on the outer frame, is what it looks like. Maybe this guy you can put on the inside, it's a little bit smaller. And then all of these inlays, you guys. So really cute. The only thing about that is that I don't want to put inlays. Do they have a strip die? Okay, so these are strips. They do cut the edge. What I'm trying to say is I like this kind of look. I don't know that I want to cut inlay holes into this. So that's kind of weird. Do they have, no? Oh. So these guys, all these inlays, they're really pretty and there's a ton of them, but you have to cut them into the actual base die, this part, if you want to use them. So then that has holes. Does that make sense? Instead of having all these beautiful layers, you can then just layer up on top. I feel like they should have had a die that cut that. A die that cuts around this, so then you can pop that on top of this base. Not my favorite. I feel like that's kind of like, a little letdown. Because to be honest, I was like, oh, look, all these things you can... Aww. Anyway. Alright, well, I'm gonna grab some paper and just get right to it. So hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. All these little guys are inlays, but there is no outer die that'll just cut that so you can lay it on top. So you have to cut that decoration into the shadow box itself, which means it's gonna have like all these holes you can kind of see through. I don't know. Okay, anyway, I'll be right back. Okay. So, I was gonna say, I feel like I saw an example where they put ribbon. So like if you were to use this inlay, like let's say this guy, and you popped it in wherever it goes. It's kind of weird. I guess as it goes into the corner. So you have to think about where you're putting these two. So they're showing you can line them up obviously all over, but some of these are going to be like on the side and then in the back or whatever, you know, so you have to know where you're putting this. And then wherever it ended up at the right spot, they put like ribbon through it. I feel like, did I see an example like that? Maybe. I feel like that's the case. But anyway, the other ones are just cut in. Which I guess isn't the biggest deal, but it just feels weird. Like, Tonic would have had a die, you know what I'm saying, on the outside of that, so you can inlay these beautiful things and then put that die cut piece on here. But Okay. Oh, so I grabbed some papers. I think I'm gonna make the frame itself out of this really heavyweight 300 GSM light pink card. So that will be this. Oh, didn't expect that noise. I do like that it's not so sticky, the stickiness they have on there. So I'm gonna run this guy through. It takes up almost, you know, a whole 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, my A2 size paper. And then I was looking for some gold tonic paper, and I was like, sometimes I can't find like a whole pack, even though I know I have a pack of gold paper. And I ran across this, one of the kit paper packs. What I do afterwards, I completely disassemble my kits because, you know, they give you a binder, so you put your stuff in there, your dies, and then all the little like embellishment kind of tools and fun things to play with, I put those in a drawer here, and then the papers I just put together. And I was like, oh, I want some gold. And it sounded like a bad word. I was mixing shimmery and something else, and it did not sound right. So I thought, you know, wanted this shimmery paper, then I saw this glitter paper, and I'm gonna use both of them. Although I was looking for this one. And then I have this guy. So what I was going to do is, I guess nothing from here quite yet. Well, I will grab something from there in a minute. But for these guys, I'm going to use this outer one to cut this darker pink. And then this guy, again, it's not an inlay. Ooh. It's not an inlay. I mean, I guess it could be, but then you're just going to end up with this little tiny frame. This little piece that didn't cut, you know what I'm saying? Because this has a cutting edge. So we have that guy. And this one I'm going to run through the glitter paper, okay? And then the accent paper will be this gold shimmer, a metallic gold on the outside frame. But I'm not going to do that quite yet. Ooh, it's getting hot. Okay, so I am going to run all these guys through, again, through the tangerine because that's what I have. And to make this something I can pass through all at once, what I try to do is load up however, you know, whatever big size or small size, whatever size your die cutting machine is. I always like to load it up, even the marquee, you know, if you have extended cutting folder or the smaller one, you're using some small dies. However many you can get on there, I say go for it and run them all through, but you definitely need to tape them so they don't shift around, right? So I'm just using tape that I have stuck on my desk here. I'll run this through at the same time I run this through, see? Ooh, I knew it. You guys know every time I have papers that have stickiness to them, I stick my paper to that, right? This is tale old as time. Okay, so I'll do this one over here. Ooh, that paper is so gross. It's really old recollections paper that I've had for a while. I'm trying to use it up, guys. We're almost there. Everything else I've been buying is like the heavier weight papers. But it just like, I don't know, it feels like waxy. That's weird. I guess it has like a treatment. Okay, I'm gonna run all these through. I'll be back. So let's get this guy. Ugh, I have a whole pile of stuff over here that I don't want there. Let me put this down. Alright. And let's see what we have here. So for now, we just have these pieces. How pretty. So I'm going to glue that together. Oh my goodness. There's a lot going on that one. And then this guy. So, nice side, wrong side is going to be facing up because you're going to basically fold all of these things in. And as they said, to bone fold it so it's nice and crisp. So there's that one. And then this one. And then this guy. And then the last glue tab one. So hopefully if you've seen this kind of thing before, you know, it's just, these little guys are going to come in. I don't know that I'm going to bone fold those. They're a little small and not super important. But these little guys, this one's a little bit crooked because I didn't bone fold it. There we go. And they go in like this. Well, this stuff curves around like this, right? And that's it. And then this one's going to come around the top and cover that little area that looks not great. So I'm going to go around and bone fold everything and score. Should I say score and bone fold? I just realized what I said. Score. Give it a little bone folding. Okay, around all the edges or sides. And I will be right back. All scored. And let's talk for a second. If you want to use those inlays, what you're going to do, I'm going to curve this over for you, is you're going to have placed your dies, your inlay dies, in this section. So it's not the first part, it's the second section. So if you were to go and you're like, okay, I want inlaid pieces, you're gonna pop them in here, okay? These guys, and I'm just showing really like, okay, that's too much info, just because, you know, I don't know where you are in your crafting journey and you might not understand what I mean. So this is an inlay die, so it doesn't have an edge, it only cuts this pretty decorative piece. So this one, the little scallop goes like this, so you're gonna want to pay attention to that too, because I'm assuming you want it facing however you want it facing, you know what I'm saying? So if you want it to look like the scallop is going this way, like out, doot, 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 you're going to need to lay it down the right way for it to do that by the time you fold it up, right? And if you wanted the scallop going the other direction, I don't know if that would be what you would want for it going in like this, then you'd want to lay it down that way. So when you fold it up, it's facing the right way, right? It's quite possible, yeah, no. I was gonna say maybe if you turn this, it doesn't matter, but no, if you turn it, it still would be facing the wrong way. So either way, these guys go in these second sections if you want it showing up on top right here. If you want your, for whatever reason, that in this area, you put it in this third spot out here, right before the tab. This one, this first one that's right next to this piece is the side guy. So if you want something inlaid on the side, you would lay them in here. Okay, so hopefully that, just so when you go to put it together the first time, you're like, oh, okay. And you can run it through all at once, right? You tape these down, and it has an opposite one. It has the one for the top and the bottom. So you tape them down where you want them, and run it through all at once, okay? And that's generally what you do. But today we are not doing that. I was just looking at, okay, yeah. And then they also have like this pattern that they do have a longer one for, and then again the one that looks like maybe you can put some ribbon through. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is curl these up, I guess. So you want to put glue on this. Ooh, this is a new bottle, you guys. So I'm used to squeezing it really hard. I was like, let's go. And then on this tab. All right. So not this outer tab, at least not yet, unless you want glue sticking out there, but we're going to put this way, and I'm going to pop it up just a little bit so when I curve this around, it's going to touch. And then be careful, because I am using a wet glue, that I'm not like smearing it across this whole area, because some of this will show. So I'm just going to put that there, and I'm trying to see about what is lined up. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you push it in too much, it's going to be kind of sunken in. And since I'm on the camera, I can't really tell what I'm doing. That looks pretty nice and even. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you push this in too far, it's gonna like divot in. So like how far looks nice. That looks nice and straight, I think. Okay, I'm gonna give that a minute to set up. If you have like a little something like a pokey tool or like this quilling tool or something, and you want to try to stick it in here just to make sure your tabs are making contact. Not that one. That one will be helped in just a minute. But that does remind me, you also don't want those tabs sticking out too far, because when you come and bring this guy over, it's going to push it away, and you don't want that. So you want to make sure those are really tucked in, making contact. So again, I like to use wet glues. If you're using a tape runner, you probably could have let go already, but that would have been a little more difficult too. I guess if you're using a tape runner, even now, I can pick it up and kind of massage in the back and make sure it's making contact. I'm talking about this glue tab making contact with the bottom. Is that good? I think I can let it go now, okay. And that was real time, about how long it takes for it to grab on. Again, little glue, pushed up a little bit. Or you can put the glue on this part of it, you know, to catch the tab once the tab touches. Whatever you like, that you find easiest. So I'm going to push these guys in. Again, making sure those glue tabs are going to touch, and bring this guy in gently. Little eyelash on my project. I think this works up pretty quick. And then, you know, whatever you want to pop in there as far as a sentiment or something like that. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying. I'm just kind of eyeballing this to make sure. Oopsie, that's what I didn't want to do. Put some extra glue. I know this is going to cover some of that, but it doesn't cover all of that. So anyway, just to keep it nice and straight so it doesn't look too wonky. This one's too close, too far in. Okay, there. probably right now I can start working on this end. So what I'm going to do is put glue on that little corner. I don't really want to let go, sorry guys. That little bit, those little corners that are still there. And then of course down here. And we can curve this around. Oh, it looks really nice. And again, this is what's helping me kind of see what we're doing here as far as getting that really nice mitered corner. So I'm pushing that up in there. And honestly, since I know that now, I would put a little bit of glue there. We do have other pieces that we're going to cover this to decorate with, so it's not the biggest deal, but if I had known that this area, if I had paid attention to that enough, I'd put a little glue right here. So I'll probably do it on the second time. I'm going to let this set up before I move on to that top part, okay? But I will be right back. I can almost let that go. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And if I put glue on this just at the very tip, just so I know that we're going to get there. You don't want to put too much because then it'll be glue all over the place. And then this guy. And I'm still not even letting go of the other side because I'm kind of eyeballing all this. You see how I kind of brought it in? If I just left it like that, it wouldn't be lined up very nice. So I'm kind of pushing it in. And also not getting glue everywhere. I'm not going to push that down until I get there. Okay, so that side looks good. And yeah, that little bit of glue is going to help you keep this really nice and taut because it's going to hold on to it. If we didn't do that, I kind of snuck a little bit of glue under this side because I could. But I think that helps to put that little tiny bit of glue. And I'm going to continue holding this, and if we look at the instructions, I mean basically it's telling you all that about the glue, and then glue there. It's telling you to fold in those large sides, which is what we did because the little end caps basically cover that up, and there you go. But my little mention for that is to go ahead and put just a little glue on that little corner. So I'm going to hold on to this, and then when I come back I'm also going to go ahead and glue these two together. So when I come back, I'll have these two adhered, and then we're going to pop it in the center there. And even looking at that, I tried my best to keep it nice and straight. This is what I was trying to say. I didn't want this sinking in. See how it's like sunk in? Ugh. I wonder. I'd probably take that apart, but I don't want to. It's already put together, and I don't want to mess with that. So maybe that'll be somewhere where we put flowers or something to help cover that up. But that's what I was trying to say to you guys, like to keep it straight. Does that make it flush, I guess is the word I'm looking for, because now it's angled in a little bit here, where over here it's pretty much straight up and down. So just pay attention to all those things when you're putting it together. Okay. I think I can actually let it go. So I'm going to glue those two together and I'll be right back. So then this guy goes in here. And like I said, it does cover most of it, but not all of it. I'm going to glue it down flat, and there's a little piece of washi stuck on here. You can pop it up if you like. You have a little more dimension inside your box. And then I was thinking about cutting these outer edges in pink. Sorry, I was going to misspeak. I was going to say I think I was going to cover this outer edges with gold. That metallic gold I showed you, but well, let's see. It just leaves like a little bit of gold, huh? What I think I'm going to do instead is cut these guys out of that dark pink. Hopefully I have some paper left that wasn't destroyed. I'll grab another piece of paper if that's the case, but I think there's plenty of areas in here where I can cut into it. So I'm going to do two of either of each of these. We need two, right? One for this side and one for that side. So two of each of those. And then I'll do some gold corners, right? So let me run these through and I'll be right back. Sorry, I should mention, as you're cutting these, they do have a lot of embossing. That's what that whole area is. Because when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, it's going to cut away that. But it's like, no, 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 it's going to emboss that. So I will go ahead and emboss it, even though, you know, it's just flat paper. I'm sure it'll still look lovely. Gold shimmery paper would be really nice. So I'm going to run that through. Give it the old embossing. The other ones do just die cut, though. The other inlays. Oh, look at that. I mean, totally makes a difference. And I'm going to take this out very carefully because I'm just going to leave these together the way they are. Ooh, oopsie, oopsie. Let's... Okay, maybe not. Just take it off. There we go. Aw. Yeah, it's a cute little detail. Oh. I told myself, hold things up for longer because... I know sometimes I'll say, as you can see here, and then I'll hold it for like 1 second and then I move on. So I'm trying to hold things up for a little longer. Okay, I'll do the same thing for the other side. Back and see where these are going to fit. if they are like perfect. Ooh, okay, I like that. So there's lots of fail safes in this set as far as like if it's not quite right. I mean, you want to keep it right as far as like tucked in, you know, but I'm going to put something here to cover that, and hopefully we won't notice that it's sunken in that one little area. But these guys are like right mitered right to the edge, you know, and since they're dies, they're going to do it really well, but you have to do your part in putting this together really nicely. So I'm going to glue down, I suppose, these little bits first. I'm going to have to put glue in the back of my hand. It's very thin, those little edges. And I don't like putting too much. The other thing about putting glue in the back of your hand is it just puts just the right amount of glue. I do want it all over that edge though, because I don't want it to kind of gap underneath. Like you can see, I need to dip a little more on this side. Okay. And I mean, it goes right to that edge. Now, if you're new to paper crafting, I would not say to use Nuvo Deluxe while you're doing this, because you're probably going to need a little minute to get it adjusted really well. But that looks really great. So whenever I come and bring this in, it's going to be right on there. Oh my gosh, this is like right there. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one, and I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, guys. That's so pretty. Oh, yay. So I had my reservations. Obviously, I would love the functionality of having an inlay die. I will talk about that till my last day. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know what I'm saying? It just gives it more versatility. I don't know why they couldn't just pop one of those in there. But, you know, whatever. They didn't, so here we are. I suppose you could still do it yourself and then use a guillotine, but that would be really, you would have to be very precise. The reason I'm just saying that is because I don't want this to feel weaker just because it has holes cut into it. But, you know, it depends on the paper you're using, I guess, and all that. Okay, so this guy, oh my gosh, before I really stick that down, I want to make sure it is, like, right there. Oh, so pretty. That's so cool. Actually, I'm going to pick up the slack. Whatever doesn't want to fit here, I'm going to bring it down this way. Because, again, look at that. And it just popped in. It didn't, I thought picking up that little slack that was kind of here, it just settled in. I was going to bring it this way because you guys already know that I want to cover this area because the way it's sunk in there. So either way, we're still going to have those little gold pieces that we're going to cut. So those will also help you cover up. Let's say you make a boo-boo. Maybe it's not perfect. Maybe you didn't really hold it, you know. Then that other gold piece or whatever you color it, what am I talking about? Whatever color you cut out from these guys, you pop those in the corners and it helps you conceal any of those boo-boos. So yeah, it has several ways to make it a really nice project. I'm still thinking about what I want to pop in this as far as a sentiment. Earlier I kind of went like this and that worked too. It's just very thin, so that's fine. And then I kind of still use my hand to blot it down a little bit because I just don't want a bunch of glue seeping out everywhere. And this is our last bit. Oh my gosh, you guys. I feel like this was fast, but you know, the other day I said the same thing. I don't know when you're seeing this video or that video, but of my terrific typewriter from Tonic. And then the video was like over an hour long. It's like one of my longer videos. I was like, oh, it felt fast. I think what it was holding down like the little turning knob and making sure it's set up. All that waiting, right, is to make sure my glue was set up is what felt, what probably took the time. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, and of course you can make an envelope box if you have the scoreboard for that, or if you have any other scoreboard, you can always make like an envelope box. Basically a thicker envelope, right, to hold something like this. Something like this I probably give as a gift, but yeah, I'm kind of bummed out that I got those things so far in, like, whacked. I think next time I make this, what I'll do is I'll probably do the two sides like I did and try to do them almost at the same time and then bring one of these guys in so I can see exactly where it should be touching, and hopefully I'll have that. And then once this holds, then I'll do the other side so I can make sure that these guys are a little closer to over here. But anyway, okay. I will be right back. I'm gonna wash my hands and yeah, I'll be right back. This is the fun part. Okay, so my little shells, I have them facing up, but I guess if you want them down, that's fine too. I don't know. This is that corner that I want to cover. So we have these pretty things that I think I'll add and just be so opulent and beautiful. And I want to, since I did a good job, I don't really want to cover up too much of that, but I thought maybe these guys that are a little more gossamer, like fancy. But you know, I mean, oh, this one's really cute with the little eyelets. I don't know. I guess it depends on what feel you're going for. I'm still going to do this one. just because, like I said, just to be a little softer. Definitely shells, right? The shells there, the shells there. And then I was like, well, let me grab some flowers from my swap. And not all the flowers are quite in here yet because I just, when I filmed this, I just barely made the video. So I saw these yellow ones down here from Lang. And if I don't recall your name, you guys, please don't be offended. Just say, hey, I gave you those, or I sent those to you. And I'll be like, okay, great. So I thought yellow is really cute, and then just build it up. And I was kind of looking around, and then I saw this one. See if it's on there. All right, from Nancy Peterson. And because there's pinks in here, so I was like, okay, because I was wanting to go with the pink. I mean, even adding that little purple in there is really sweet. Oh, yeah, look at that one. Cute. I mean, if you wanted to do a little something more or add another one inside. Oh, I never thought about repeating. That's cute, huh? And then add a little something else. I just figure see what kind of leaves she has. I've been mixing and matching my leaves in different projects from this or that. Whoever's sent stuff in. Let me see. What do we have? What do we have? Oh, that's pretty. You know, we like vines. I like the soft green of that. I don't know if we have enough to mix them. Oh, well, okay. We have two of this one, like, well, we can still put a vine, right? Because that looks like fern or something. And then pretend this is the leaves for it. Aw, that's so sweet. Oh. Okay, I think that's what I'll do. Okay, let me put some of these other things away. I'm going to run this through the gold, the shimmery gold paper, not the glittery one, and I'll be right back. You know, it's so clean, and they're very fancy, you guys. This is very fancy. I guess I can run through the last one since we're already here. I need to switch out the head on my new Spellbinders tool-in-one. I picked up last year, but my other one just gave up. And what I mean by that, all the bristles fell out because it was very old and it had been falling out. I don't know if you never noticed on my videos, there was like hairs just sticking out everywhere. So finally, they just like burst. I don't even know how to explain it. I was using it, and thank God I was at my trash can, and it just went like, and all the hairs came out. So I'm like, I guess it's, as after a few started falling out, there's gaps, you know, in that wire. And I mean, it was over 10 years old, so, you know, it had served its purpose, but I was just like, what? So funny. Okay, let's see here. That would have been funny if I had done that on camera, because maybe we would have caught that moment. Okay. I'm trying to see if I like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that I like, I guess if you wanted to, you would flip it over so that they're reverses, but you know, it's not gonna look pretty on this side, and I don't care for that. They are different now, at least for me. I don't like that, so I guess I'm gonna get rid of this and only have these, or should I only do this to echo the other one? That's weird. It doesn't look as awkward here, right, from there to here, because it just looks like, okay, but when you're placing it here is when you can tell that one's longer. But maybe, you know, it's more artistic that way. The other ones are definitely, you can place them wherever because they are symmetrical. Of course, I choose the one that's has some funkiness to it, right? Typical. Okay, so we're not going to use that one. I don't think. I don't want to. You know, it kind of has to be. Yeah, okay. Well, I have these for something else. Okay. So I would probably generally build it up from whatever I'm going to put inside here. Now you can do landscape also. It doesn't have to be portrait mode, but the shells are going the opposite direction. So if you just want to use that matte layer in the background and maybe you have another die set that you can play with, that'd be nice. Oh goodness, I'm going to put some glue on the back of my hand for this guy. And just making sure. I just put him right there. Well, good thing I did a good job with my corners because a lot of them are going to be showing. And then this guy, again, maybe I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do is give it a little, this is just a quilling tool, whatever. I'm going to give this guy a little bit of shape. I'm going to go around. And honestly, if I wanted to spray it with water, I think I probably could. And then do this, but I'm going to go to each one of these guys and just give them a little zhuzh. Okay. So let me see. I think I'm going to glue down at least one of these guys just so I know where it is. I'm going to kind of flatten that back out again. And to be honest, I don't have to really put it in with the flower. I guess I could just stick it on the... Yeah, maybe I better stick it on here so I don't bury too much of it. Now let's see where this flower is going to be and where I can place this other... So if you wanted to stand up, I don't know how you would stand it. Well, I do know how you would stand it up. We can make a stand for it probably pretty easily. And I think I even have a die set that makes a little stand you can stick on the back of things. But you know, if you want that cleared, then you want to put your flowers at least so that they're not touching the very base here. They can go out the side however much, right? So that's just something to think about. And actually, I'll put some glue here and there. I think I've tucked it in maybe a little bit too much. Let's see what we have going on here. See, this guy's going up here, and then we have another little... Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. And I'm just going to put some glue. I don't really know what's going to be touching, and maybe up on this guy, because he's kind of by himself. I want to keep him a little safe. And right up there. And then I'm just going to put some glue on the back of this leaf and find a nice spot and tuck it in. Okay, okay guys, so you know I had to add just a little, one more sprig. So we have this, and now I'm going to find something that suits what's going on here, because I honestly didn't even think about what I was going to do with this. Maybe like a happy birthday or something, but my daughter just woke up. So I'm going to go, and I'll be back probably in a few hours. All right. Okay, guys. So I took a moment to put this together. Obviously I went up with the kids, and I'm just not sure what I'm going to put in here. So as I was looking around, look at this. That metal stuff I got at the Dollar Tree recently. I went with gold, but like, wouldn't that be so pretty just tucked in there? I mean, it even goes with what's going on right now. I think it'd be lovely. My goodness, but I didn't plan for that, but I would just cut it. I'll probably be cutting these with like Tim Holtz scissors, these guys, because they're rigid, and I cut metal and other things with these. I don't cut my paper with those so much anymore. But yeah, I would just cut it like right here, literally. And maybe hot glue or just glue it in. Depends. So pretty. I mean, I don't know. And while I was looking for other things, I found my Velo box creator. Of course, I have 3, not of course, because that's not something typical, of the Ultimate Pro, the Crafters Companion, that first whole box thing that they came out with. But yeah, something like that would help you put that guy away. And so I was thinking, since I was using swap things there, I brought out this, my old ephemera swap folders. I have some other ones, but those are Christmas ones. Oh, I do have another regular one. So I'm going to go through these and see if I can find something fun. Ooh, like this fern already calls my attention. Does it fit? I can trim it down too. Oh my gosh. That's really pretty. And then a sentiment. Ooh. It might be kind of big, but actually I like the way it takes up a lot of that space. I don't know. We'll see. Aw. You guys. I mean, I wasn't going to do it for this one, but look at it. I mean, really? A little sentiment in here or something? I mean, that is so fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was going to do through those, and then while I was doing that, and I saw that envelope box over there, I found these tubs that, honestly, I haven't even opened, like, okay, there's Anna Griffin, it's a lot of Anna Griffin envelope borders. I have no idea what these are. I don't remember. I'm assuming they're for cards, but, oh, it's right here. Decorative borders cut and embossed dies. Okay, well, the reason I brought this out is because I know I have a lot of sentiments in here, because I think there was an auto delivery, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, whenever, maybe 5, yeah, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, I guess. Look, this one says, "Get well, thank you," and it's very pretty, and it comes with this little gorgeous thing. Look how small this is. And then over here, I have a happy birthday. It's really stylized. I think, see, that's the thing, since I did it this way and not this way, which I can still change it, but again, the shells will be going the opposite way. That thank you is too big. But, you know, happy, oh, hello, which is, I don't know what you want to say on something like this. Well, this one, I would say, let's say friend. I think that's cute. You, this is very tiny, thank you. So I'm going to dig through this stuff and see if I can find some words. Maybe I'll find some in the other swap. Look at this. Oh, the little pin. To you, it's a boy with sympathy. I mean, I just have tons. So I will go through, this says Mother's Day. Oh, that would be nice. Happy Mother's Day, huh? But see what I want to find. And also, with that, I found this Another huge tub. This is my shame, y'all, because these are old eyes. I can see a cross die right there, which is funny because I just bought those crosses of Anna Griffin the other day. But the ones we got the other day I think are newer, and I hope are newer. So these are my old ones before I started housing things a different way. Anyway, what does it say? Something about, oh, it's a girl. Yeah, so I probably went with the other one. So very sorry. Anyway, alright, we'll find something. I'll be back. Since I saw that character in there, I was like, you know what? Maybe I do want to use little Tim Holtz character, because they're just timeless, really cool. So I grabbed a pack that I have, so I have tons of them here. And I was looking at the little ladies that are in here, and if I did the word friend, that one die, instead of hello, I cut it out of the dark pink, and then I cut it out from light pink, because I think I would have to drop shadow it so it wouldn't just kind of fall in the background, you know? Maybe gold. I was going to do black, but I thought, well, I don't want to bring in more. I like the colorway, right? The pinks and just kind of soften things here. So I was just trying different people out. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is so funny. And then I was like, I like this lady, but she looks like she's traveling, so maybe not the best to go in there. And where's that one little girl? Oh, that's a sweetie. I love it. The little friend. Where is the one I was thinking of using, just because the sizing and everything? It looks like she's sitting down though, so let me see if this will work. And I even had time to paint my nails, yes. I was with the kids. It looks like she's sitting. I don't know. Let me see if that's going to work. And then we have the little word friend here. However, of course that would have to be higher up. I'm not sure if that'll work. Well, actually, that looks really cute. Okay, let me keep playing with these, and I'm gonna go turn off my dryer, and I will be right back. I think I even have the set of Tim Holtz where it's like pairs, so it's like two people in the images, you know, but anyway, I'll be right back. I am in love. Okay, so let's put these little guys back. I think there's only one of each image, huh? I would love to have a couple of those same little gals there. Well, I do have 2 packs of these, so I guess I have another set. What I'm gonna do is put together these words, which, let's see here. Actually, I've been very productive since I paused the video earlier before painting my nails, because picked up all of, you know, you fold laundry and then you leave it there. Or is that just me? And hung all that up, destashed my wardrobe, if you will, because I was like, this is just too many things. I may have clothes in there from when I used to work professionally in Fresno. I used to do, I was a learning disability evaluator, and yeah, so I used to administer IQ tests and abilities tests and all kinds of things like that, and write up reports and get into the county and all these things. But you know, I dress professionally, and now I'm like, why do I have this stuff? Like, is it even anything somebody would wear anymore? So I just finally went ahead and got rid of some of that stuff. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this as high up as I can, just so that you see the little fern in the background. I believe I also have these dies. If this is the Anna Fern die set, I do have that. Oh, my allergies. Oh my goodness, sorry. So I want to get this as high up as I can. Like in there. I suppose I'm going to hold that down for a minute, but, well, maybe not. Okay, and then our little gals. And, you know, I decorated the top before I did the inside. Of course, if you know what you were doing, maybe you would, you know, if you knew what you were going to be doing with your project, decorate the inside, then the outside. And I kind of like something like that. I'm trying to see if I should put that a little bit lower. Aww. That is so cute. Okay. So I'm going to get this little gal. And again, that's why you have the shadow box. I mean, if you want to pop these up, you can definitely do that. I'm keeping it kind of flat because I do have different textures in here. But again, I have this very delicate word, which it's inside there. Nothing's going to happen to it if I just stuck it to her, you know, and left it floating there with the dimensional behind her. But I'm going to still stick it down. A little die cut. So cute. And then we'll have the word friend. Like right in here. That's adorable. Okay. And that is it, guys. So really easy to work with. Again, just, you know, I would mind how straight up and down those sides are. And if not, you know, we can, it has plenty of things to cover up with if you need to cover it up. A little boo-boo here and there. Oop. Really excited to try out the slimline one. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And let me see what I'm doing so I can... Yeah, I'm just going to stick that down. Now, okay. Super cute, you guys. I mean, in my opinion. Thank you guys for the different swap items that were involved here to make this happen. I'm going to straighten that a little bit. And yeah, really fun to have found this tub. And it's not that I didn't know where it was. Obviously, it's even labeled my tub. But I just hardly ever pull that down and open it up. But honestly, I need to, because a lot of times I'm like, oh, do I have that one? Especially right now when Anna brought back so many like older kits on HSN. And then they said new, but they weren't new. They were just, you know, this thing, you guys remember this? The purse is kind of a nightmare because I think it has a dead spot and it was really hard to die cut, but by the time I tried it out, it was already past the time to return it. And no, I'm not going to sell it because I'm sure somebody's going to say, well, if you don't like it, it just doesn't work that great. And I'm not going to pass that along, but I'll get it to work. Oh, look at the easel auto ship. So these aren't, this one was never opened. Let's back up a little bit and see what all we got here. Oh, this one wasn't open either. All right, this is still in its packaging. Birthday decoupage dies. Oh, yeah. I know that one. I know what it looks like. Oh, cool. I was always wondering, do I have this? That slider card set? And apparently I do. So, bust it out. Definitely bust it out. I think that's still available on HSN site. I'm sure Anna maybe still has it available. I just never got around to it. Oh, look at this. Timely. Aw, man. This missed it for my swap. The case swap and stuff like that. I already made my choices, so I'm done with that. But look at this. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at this. Oh my god. Oh, my door die. This is what I'm telling you. I buy things because I want to have it, and it's already here in my stash, so I have it. I don't have to worry about it, you know, later on when I'm like kicking myself. As long as I have it here, I'm very happy. I'm going to stop going through this because you guys are going to think this is a crazy person. These, actually, they just brought these back and it says new, and look, I already have them. I'll link these too if you're interested because these are very pretty, but again, I haven't opened them. Auto ships. I mean, there's just some more stamps. Anyway, all right. Well, you know what? This is going to be fun, busted out material in here, and I will definitely do that because I got to get to using these things. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Totally got sidetracked from the shadow box, but you know, that's the whole thing. You just add in all these different things. I would assume if you wanted to put acetate and make it like, you know, I don't know if I would put it underneath this, you know, cut a piece that's 4x6 or whatever, a little bit smaller, and glue it to here, and then put your border on. Obviously, you're going to see shininess. Maybe you paper piece back into it or something, and then you can make it into some kind of shaker kind of thing. But I'm sure there's lots of ways that people will play with that. I was even thinking about doing two and sticking them together on the outside. So it's like which I've done videos on how to do that without dies, right? Just making it up yourself. But another fun thing to do. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.